What's up, gente? What's up, Raza? I want to talk about Chicano Park Day taking place Saturday. That's going to be April 25th in about 2 weeks. So, again, April 25th, it'll be Chicano Park Day in San Diego, the historic Barrio Logan in San Diego, California. Now, a lot of people may know this history. It's part of our history and of resistance with arte. There's going to be car shows. There's going to be danzantes or danza. There's going to be several things happening. Speakers, obviously, tables, people selling merchandise. And so, if you've never been to this historic event, you got to go if you're in the area. It's beautiful. The weather is usually gorgeous. You got sun out there. You got people out there. I mean, it is beautiful. San Diego, go figure, right? It's beautiful. So I bring this up because I want to promote many events where people can come together and learn about the Chicano culture, what it means to be Chicano, because it's not just marching in the streets. Oh, definitely, it's that. Trust me, resisting the police brutality, fighting and taking on ICE, and defending yourself against the racism that's still out there. But also, just this is the time for people to come together and also enjoy the cultural side of who we are. By having danza azteca or danzantes there, you were reminded of who we are as raza chicana, mexicana, indigenous people from all the Americas, right? We were here first. That's important. So it's more than just watching, a bunch of people, dressed in beautiful gears and feathered, do danza, because it's not a dance, it's not a show, it's actually a celebration, and for some, it's a spiritual experience. So it's more than just a cultural thing. It's resistance through danza, because that was something the conquistadores and today the white America, for example, the right wing definitely doesn't want us to know about. Matter of fact, they used to make it illegal back then. Today, it's a form of resistance and continues to be. We're going to have lowriders, and that in itself is a big deal. If you know the history of lowriding, and you know the history of pachucos and pachucas in the 1940s, and so on. Again, it's an act of resistance, of rebelling against the giant culture of white supremacy that took over this land once they conquered a lot of the leaders. And they didn't conquer us, that's for sure. Like they say, they try to bury us but forgot that we were seeds. That's a quote from a I want to give that quote out to somebody out there, but I can't remember the name exactly. But yeah, they try to bury us and forgot, we're seeds. Our cultura is important, whether it be the lowriders, whether it be the pachucos having their own style, whether it be the música. The music out there ranges from everything from indigenous drumming to old school funk. If you know that, that's the old school funk, to the new stuff, right? And even corridos, cumbia, salsa, merengue, you name it, that's all part of our cultura. And Barrio Logan really shows up that day. It's beautiful. You can make it out there. Again, it's a free event. Parking is hard to find, so get there early. And I want everybody to know that this event, along with others that are, on the calendar that are coming up, are not just events where you can learn about Chicano culture and go out there and enjoy it, but also learn about the resistance, because Chicano Park itself was a staged resistance where the Highway Patrol in 1970 had planned to build, or the city of San Diego, I should say, planned to build a Highway Patrol station instead of, maybe a park, a school. Of course, they want to build a Highway Patrol station to police us. And the people said no, chale, as the song goes, right? But they said no. And that's important because they resisted, and they painted these murals to show who we are underneath the freeway, the overpass. And it's important because last time we were there for a huge event a couple years back, and I've been there a couple times since, was when Trump first became president. White supremacists felt emboldened. MAGA was big and coming alive, and the white supremacists were going to go down there and basically raise the American flag, I think is what they were going to do. And it was a standoff that day between the white supremacists and Chicanos from all over. I'm not talking about brown berets and machistas and UFW or anything like that. I'm talking about, raza from the hood, to the lowriders, to the mom and her kids, to, that maybe was making tortillas maybe prior to that, to, yes, the brown berets. And I was there and they had guns. The police, they stood between us, and they even had sharpshooters up on top of the freeway. Got pictures of that. It's really interesting. And I'm not sure who that was meant for. We can all take a guess, but it is a form of resistance, and always been so. If you can make it out there, April 25th, 10 to 5 p.m., Barrio Logan, the historic Chicano Park. You cannot miss it. Be out there. I think it'll be awesome to see everybody out there to celebrate a beautiful event. So with that said, everybody, I'm out. Que viva la raza, up power to the people, and oh ho.